join in the parade.
I'm gonna go grab some Chinese food.
All you need is a tree, some lights, about 1,000 presents. Wrap them up and pray for snow. Run to your closet, find your Christmas sweater, screaming carols all the way. France all the way to Indiana, it's the Christmas cake and that's the end.
Wait, for our ending, we should share this holiday.
Happy holidays from SC-TV! Education Today starts now!
Good morning and welcome to Education Today. I'm Tegan Schreckengoss.
And I'm Charles Sipple.
Today we are discussing the gift of giving books. If you have a child, then you know how important it is that children read and are exposed to literature.
Well, today, Ford City High School TV production students are here with representatives of United Way and Ford City Library to discuss the importance of literacy and how it relates to their annual book drive project.
The first herald of the Christmas season is a bell ringing loud and clear. We go to the store, and before the sights and crowds overwhelm our senses, we hear the bell, a sure sign of crazed shoppers searching for the perfect gift, exceptionally angelic children hoping not to be found on a naughty list, and a world covered in sparkle and glitter. In the culturally diverse communities of Armstrong County, so many traditions have melded and have become standard, particularly in the town of Ford City. As a fresh, untouched blanket of snow covers the town, lights in the shape of angels, originating in the Greek tradition, greet drivers along Ford Street. As you make your way to the large German in origin Christmas tree, the star on top keeping in the Polish tradition, you are taken by the lights and displays in shop windows, like the poinsettias of Italian origin, decorating the scene and contributing to our childlike wonder.
We are a melting pot of culture, customs, and sight that feed our spirit.
While the lights and decorations sustain our spirit, our bodies are sustained by traditional fare, handmade cookies, pierogi, and the Feast of Seven Fishes, smells that remind us of where we've come from and how sweet life can be. Here's what our teachers have to say about this holiday.
Blows, Miss Blows, how are you today?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. I have a few questions for you, and the first one is, what does Christmas mean to you?
Well, it means that Gary Slagle is going to finally wear his wonderful Christmas sweater, and I look forward to that every year.
Okay.
What does Christmas mean to you?
Christmas to me is a very special holiday. Outside of school, some people know this, some people don't, but I'm actually a pastor outside of school at the Church of Butler. And so Christmas, the religious aspect of Christmas is very important to me. Christmas is about Jesus and his birth. And I know that it means a lot of things to a lot of different people, but that's what it means to me personally.
Burkett, who teaches English at Ford City High School. What does Christmas mean to you?
Christmas means spending time with my family and remembering that the season isn't all about giving gifts, but what you can do to help your community.
The spirit of giving, just as important as our traditions and the memories evoked in the sounds, sights, and smells of the season, is alive, well, and manifested in the United Way. The United Way, a nonprofit organization dedicated to increasing the organized capacity of people to care for one another, are gifting items that are so valued in our community. Let's go to studio where Charles Sipple and Tegan Schreckengost have a couple of very special guests from the United Way and Katanning Public Library to tell us more.
Our first guest for today's show is Emily Bortz from the United Way.
We're so glad you had the time to take out of your day and come join us today.
So how long have you been with the United Way?
I've been with United Way for about 2.5 years now.
What got you interested in joining United Way?
From a very early age, my parents always instilled giving back to others, and my brother actually works for a nonprofit as well, so I like advocating for others, and it was a good fit for me.
What's your role and what do you do for United Way?
I'm the executive director and the only paid staff employee, so I do everything from mailings to going out and talking to donors and really kind of giving back to the community any way I can.
How long has the United Way been in Katanning?
We've been here since 1959.
How does United Way help out the community?
We do an annual campaign, which our goal is $150,000 this year, and with that money we give to other nonprofits in specific projects in the Armstrong County area to help them.
Okay, what were your projects over the last years or so?
We have 10 member agencies this year, and we have ARC Manor, Community Action Mentoring Program, which used to be Big Brothers Big Sisters. We fund the Crooked Creek Environmental Learning Center, Life Steps, Life Choices, this YMCA, Salvation Army, and we fund projects for all of their agencies.
How many projects does the United Way usually do a year?
We do our annual campaign, which is our biggest project, and then lately we've been doing the literacy program. We started that this July, and our book drive was our first project for that.
What was your favorite project for United Way?
The book drive was really, fun to do and really kind of give back to the community more than we ever have before in a very wide scale. We got over 2,000 books to hand out to Armstrong County children, and we had a lot of businesses, a lot of individuals, a lot of churches kind of come together on that, and it was really great.
Where does the money that you earn from funding go to?
Our agencies mostly. We do have an impact fund for individuals, but the majority of our campaign goes to our member agencies, which change every year.
What are some of the annual projects that you've been doing?
Well, the literacy program's new, but that's going to be an annual project. We actually have some things planned for next year. We're working with libraries, with other businesses, and kind of helping that way.
How long have you been doing them?
We started in July. The United Way Worldwide had a goal for high school dropout rate to decrease by half by 2018. We're about 5 years in for that, so we wanted to jump on and help. We did a Women's Literacy Council to help that as well.
How long have you been doing this book drive?
We did it the entire month of November, and we're going to do it every year from here on out.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
We asked people to donate new or gently used books to children. We donate them throughout our member agencies. They're a list of children in need. They do a low-income based assessment that way, so we know that they're actually getting to kids that don't normally have the means of having books or parents that can't really afford them. So we did it that way, and it was a great project, and we were really happy about the response we got from the community. It was really overwhelming.
Do you have anything new that you do this year and you didn't do in the past years?
Our literacy council is very new, not for United Way Worldwide, but for us it is. And since we're a smaller United Way, it took us a little bit of time to get it together, but definitely having a board member that's on a library is really helping us, and having teachers involved as well.
How has this idea evolved into what it is today?
We wanted to help do the literacy rate as well, especially since we have such a close-knit community, but since we are a smaller United Way, it really took some time. This is about a 3-year project we had in the works, so it took us up until this point to actually throw something together.
What do you feel the most beneficial aspect of the project to the community is?
I think it's nice that people see that we're not just collecting money, we're also collecting items and helping the community in more ways than just handing out checks to people. So it was really nice getting a hands-on feel with the community and giving back that way.
Do you have any future plans for the United Way?
We are having new projects every year. We actually redid our structure about 2 years ago, where we assess our agencies differently. It used to just be the ones we always had, and really we go on assessment of need now. We changed our agency giving to a funded specific project instead of just giving it to the agency in general. We can track our funding better that way. So we're really evolving in a lot of different ways and kind of taking lead from United Way Worldwide on our really goals that way. But for us, we're such a small one for Armstrong County, we just kind of help the most we can.
Okay, we're going to take a short break and be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today.
I'm Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyhawk. We are all proud of Indiana County, but we must be worried about the negative growth of drugs and alcohol abuse. It is the responsibility of all of us, parents, teachers, and community leaders, to provide the best possible education to our youth in the prevention of drug and alcohol abuse. The law is a deterrent, but education is still our best protection. Help keep Indiana safe and drug-free. For more information on how to talk to your kids about drugs and alcohol, go to the abovetheinfluence.com, brought to you by the Armstrong, Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like or what role I would play or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name is Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
Hi, I'm Jen McCroskey. I'm a prevention specialist with the Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission. Hey parents, put your drug knowledge to the test. Attend a free teen scene program. Learn about signs and symptoms of drug use and abuse, current drug trends, resources for help, and view a large display of items where drugs can be hidden. For more information, call 724-354-2746, extension 309 to schedule a program today. Brought to you by the Armstrong, Indiana Drug-Free Communities Coalition.
Welcome back to Education Today. We're here with Emily Bortz from the United Way. Joining us now is Tiffany Harkleroad from the Ford City Public Library, another key player in the United Way's Holiday Book Drive. Welcome to Education Today, Tiffany.
Hi. What got you interested in library sciences?
Well, I was a kid who read all the time. I spent my entire summer vacations reading. My parents always took me to the library. So it's something that I just grew up with an appreciation of. As an adult, I actually took up book reviewing as a hobby, and that got me interested in being more involved in literacy in our community, and the library was a natural fit.
How long have you been a librarian?
I've actually only been at the library as a staff person for about 3 weeks, but I did do some consulting with them over the past year and a half.
Okay, what got you started there?
I had given a presentation to their writers group about being a book reviewer and how book reviewing has impacted the book industry. And my interests and my skill set sort of matched some of their needs, and we just started working from there. I've presented at the last 2 years Get Connected Technology Fair, and it just sort of grew.
How did the collaboration between the United Way and the Ford City Library come about?
It was really pretty natural because I had been involved in both organizations for the last couple of years, and when we decided to start focusing on literacy issues at the United Way, my first instinct was to get collaboration with the community and the library.
What's your personal philosophy regarding literacy in childhood reading?
I think it's completely key. The more you increase a child's literacy skills, the more tools you're giving them for success as an adult. It's going to encourage them to sort of step outside the box. It's going to foster high self-esteem, and it's going to just really set them up for success in the future. So the earlier the better is my opinion.
So the United Way is a pretty good program then for this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What are some of your personal references from the success of this program?
I really think that it's amazing, and our first attempt at this book drive, that we got such an overwhelming response from the community. A lot of times when you're starting a new program, responses can be lukewarm, and that definitely was not the case with this program. We had a tremendous response, and I'm really excited to see the response that we'll get in the years to come.
What's the most memorable experience you had with this?
The thing that impressed me the most was the fact that Lenape Votech, one of their faculty members there, had organized a student club drive to benefit the United Way's drive, and we got 798 books just from Lenape.
Wow.
So I was really impressed with the staff and with the kids that they were so committed to such a new project.
As an estimate, how many books do people usually donate?
This year I think we got close to 2,000 books. I'd like to see that continue to grow in the future.
And those are all good condition books and everything?
Absolutely. I think most of them are actually brand new books.
Oh, wow. So how long have you been doing the book drive then?
This is our first year. We did it for the entire month of November, and we plan on continuing it in the years to come.
Well, I guess you said that this is the first year, so nothing is different.
How did the idea evolve, or how did this idea evolve into what it is today?
The United Way Worldwide organization has been focusing on some specific areas, and literacy and family literacy and children's literacy are some of those areas. We've been wanting to work towards more community-based projects for a while now, so it just took us a while to build up to this point, but it's something that has been on our minds and we've been thinking about for several years.
What do you feel is the most beneficial aspect of this project to the community?
It's giving opportunities to kids that wouldn't otherwise have them, kids that might not have the financial resources to buy books, they might not have transportation to a library, so we're bringing it to them in ways that they would otherwise not have been able to access it.
Let's take a look at what some of the people in our community are saying about childhood literacy.
We at FC-TV have taken to the halls to talk to our teachers about the value and importance of reading and early childhood literacy. This is what our faculty has to say.
Hi, my name is Christina Atherton, and this is Brandon Petras, the woodshop teacher from Ford City High School. The holidays are fastly approaching. What are some books you have purchased this season, either as a gift or for yourself?
I read a lot of books throughout the year. For myself, I haven't purchased any books in the last month or two, but I have bought some books for my son. He's a big fan of Clifford, the big red dog right now, so I have bought him some books.
And have you gave the gift of reading to a child?
I have. He loves to read. Every night before bed, he picks 2 books out and we read them to him every night. He has a big bookcase that I actually built here in the wood shop that we buy a couple books every month for him, and he really enjoys it.
What are some books you would recommend to children this season?
I've always been a big fan of the Dr. Seuss series when I was a kid, and my son likes them as well. So I would recommend Dr. Seuss for sure.
How do children's lives connect to these books?
Well, the books they read teach them a lot of lessons, things that maybe as an adult we have a hard time teaching a child, but when they read it in a book, like learning to have high self-esteem or to value themselves for who they are, and children's books have to do a really good job at teaching that to children.
And what impact does reading have on these children today?
I'm a firm believer that if someone can read, they can learn anything. It doesn't matter what the subject is. So if children learn at a young age to read now, throughout their entire life, no matter what the subject is, they can learn it if they can read.
What impact does reading have on children?
Well, I think sometimes even, just from my experience, if you have like a rough childhood a little bit, it takes you away from, it teaches you a lot. It takes you away from where you are now. You can be someplace else just for a little bit. And for kids that have a tough time of it, I think books are really important.
Hi, my name is Christina Atherton, and this is Mrs. Burkett, who teaches English at Ford City High School.
One of the gifts that I purchased is The Best Christmas Project Ever, which is one of my favorite books from my childhood, so I bought it for all my nieces and nephews so they can enjoy it this holiday.
What are some books you would recommend to children this season?
One of Wells' favorite books is Pete the Cat Saves Christmas, which is kind of like the story of the night before Christmas, but Santa can't come out and deliver the toys, so Pete the Cat saves the day.
What impact does reading have on children?
Reading opens new worlds for everybody, whether it's children, adults. When you read, you can go to places that you might not have experienced before.
Everyone we've spoken to can tell you the value of childhood literacy. They can tell you the importance literature plays on the lives of young people. They can also tell you which books resonate with them. When a child picks up a book, it has the ability to not only transport them to fantastic locales, but it also has the ability to teach, shape, and mold them. Thank you for tuning in to Education Today. Have a lovely holiday.
Well, that's our show for today. A special thanks goes out to our guests, Emily Bortz from the United Way and Tiffany Harkleroad from Ford City Library.
Also thanks to the film crew for today's show, Ford City High School's TV production class, led by their teacher, Catherine Gibbon, for producing this entire show from script to final edit. Good job, everyone.
Join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District. For updated news and information on the district, please visit our website. Have a great holiday season.